Listen up. Here's the deal.
Welcome to a 1v1 on Minsk Pocket. This game is going to be Barbarossa versus Momo4sho. Barbarossa playing as infantry company, U.S. forces insta-locked here on the in the north of Minsk Pocket. So, pretty solid decision. Long-range commander works very well on this map. Should be able to make good use of it against Momo4sho's Oberkommando West in the south. He has breakthrough Luftwaffe and fortifications doctrines available to him. He's going to go Volksgrenadier Kubelwagen. Kubelwagen on its way, probably mid.
Rifle squad ready for action.
Sturm Pioneers heading right to get control of the strategic points initially, and a lot of times you see players send their Sturm Pios immediately here, throw reinforced wire down to prevent harassment of the right side, and it looks like that's exactly what Momo is going to do, but he will stop along the way to get these points captured, and he will get there well before any of his opponent's units, since riflemen are being fielded mid and rear echelons are going left. Sturm Pioneers, are actually going to deny this green cover rather than wire off this approach. The riflemen may get there just in time to catch these Sturm Pioneers planting that wire. Or at least get there before this gets closed off. But Momo has failed to deny this approach to his opponent. From the look of things, although the Kubelwagen might be able to win an engagement over there. Currently working on the middle with Volksgrenadier support, which have thrown some sandbags there on the fuel point. Working on the VP next. Riflemen are going to go right instead, seeing the territory flashing. Sturm Pioneers start capturing the munitions and have finished wiring off pretty much all of this green cover over here. Now, it looks like they maybe should be able to get to green cover without taking too much damage here from those riflemen. A couple shots connecting. One of these models, by the way, is not in green cover. There he goes. Repositions the full squad under green cover. We'll have to contend against two squads of riflemen here. The Kubelwagen is on its way to save the day. The Kubelwagen will turn to fire on the riflemen here on the left side. Volksgrenadiers continuing to defend here in the center, and a second squad of Volksgrenadiers is on the field, and third rifleman squad also on the field. All three riflemen heading right, which might actually be a mistake, because against this Kubelwagen, pretty decent chance if they all advance from the same direction that all riflemen will simply be forced to retreat. Sturm Pioneers are actually going to charge into close range on those suppressed riflemen, while the Kubelwagen continues to defend against infantry moving up from this approach. Volksgrenadiers will have no problem pushing away rear echelon troop harassment of the fuel point, and there goes that squad. Riflemen inside this sniper nest. Doing damage from over the wall. Decent amount of damage. How many models can fire from inside of a sniper nest? Like 3? And they all fire in the same direction? I don't really know how sniper nests work. They have like a lot of slots, I think. Kind of a weird style of building.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits?
They can shoot over walls for one thing. That's kind of interesting.
Grab your shit. The capture point is being overrun.
Squad will be forced to retreat, unfortunately. Also, the sniper nest can fire over the wall. I don't think anything can fire back, right? Or no, the Kubelwagen was shooting back, I guess. So I guess you can fire both ways. Not like a one-way force field kind of situation.
All right, you dopes, listen up.
Ooh, Sturm Pioneers get caught trying to plant that mine. Mine gets canceled. They take a huge burst of damage. Flanking squad of riflemen moving up from this direction. Volksgrenadiers continue to work on the left side, getting that munitions captured, and Momo is actually off to an excellent start this game, taking control of all territories that you would reasonably expect to be able to. Both high munitions points, both victory points, a lot of strategic points. Doing very well for himself here in the early game. Plus, 2 strategic points here in the north have not yet been captured by the U.S. player because he made very aggressive harassment maneuver with those rear echelon troops early on for the fuel points, so he skipped past some strategic points, and that's hurting his economy a little bit. He has gone with a 4 rifleman opening as infantry company, he will go captain tier. So no early M20 to try and punish this Kubelwagen. He's instead going to have to try and take this thing out with bazookas, I assume. And that's weakening him a little bit here in the early game. He's actually briefly losing control of his own fuel, which as U.S. forces is a pretty bad sign to lose your own fuel and fail to take both munitions points. 6 minutes into the game against OKW, he's off to a terrible start. Kubelwagen has had a very dramatic impact. At Vet 1 it has access to detection now, which Momo will utilize to try and provide himself vision of what might be coming. Currently no units over there on the right side. Kubelwagen's going to rotate mid, try and slow down this push by these riflemen straight down the middle towards this fuel point. Stern Pioneers moving to assist in this engagement are quite low. They haven't retreated a single time yet. They've been engaging for 6 straight minutes and they're starting to run out of steam.
Standing by for setting of command post.
No enemy activity. Incoming! American infantry!
They are falling very low. I don't think that green cover actually gave them cover at that range, and they were forced to retreat right there. Dangerously close to a wipe. Losing those would be very, very, very expensive. Fortunately, they'll get away. And a flak half-track is making its way onto the battlefield. Momo is also floating quite a bit of manpower, so he had an early advantage in engagements, but he's squandering that advantage a little bit by not continuing to field units. He could have had 2 MG34s on the field by now from either of these commanders, or he could have just blobbed more Volksgrenadiers or whatever. Or Fusiliers. He could have made Fusiliers. Any commander pick could have probably shut down this push hard. So that's kind of a shame, but Flak Half-Track is on the field to win this engagement anyway. Most riflemen will be forced to retreat. With Kubelwagen support, Volksgrenadiers move to get back control of the central fuel point. On the left side, Volksgrenadiers, Panzerschreck, take control of the left side munitions. And there's the captain. Captain on the field is bad news for that Flak Half-Track, but it should maybe win that. He doesn't want to risk it. He suppresses them. Oh! Which causes both bazooka shots to miss. That could have been a dead Flak Half-Track right there if he had been unlucky enough. Fortunately, it got to safety just in the nick of time. And there's an AT gun. AT gun plus captain on the field is going to make that Flak Half-Track not as useful as he was probably hoping, which means it's probably time to start spamming more infantry rather than light vehicle units. He's going to start with an MG34. I'm going to go Fortifications Doctrine. I think Fusiliers or MG34s, either way, whatever it is, he definitely wants to get more squads on the field to counter his opponent's captain tier decision. And he should probably be thinking about a Raketenwerfer to counter the possibility of the Stuart, but Barbarossa doesn't seem to intend to be going Stuart, either because his map control is so bad that he can't afford one, or because all along he was planning to go hard captain tier, manpower-based units, captain, AT gun, and pack howitzer plus his 4 riflemen. And he's actually still not even up to 3 CPs, 8 minutes into the game, so his LMGs are a little on the late side, but he doesn't have that much munitions anyway, and he'll only be able to afford 2 of them. There's the AT gun taking shots at the Kubelwagen. Fortunately, 2 consecutive shots miss. Volksgrenadiers will force the unit to pull back to safety. Pack howitzer is on its way down the middle. Rear echelon troops are going to start harassing the strategic point here on the right side, while Volksgrenadiers are going for the strategic point way there in the back. This squad with the Panzerschreck, by the way, has harassed the entire left. All 6 of these points to 1 squad, completely uncontested. Barbarossa needs to dedicate a little bit more to counter harassment over there. There's no reason for a U.S. player to be losing this much territory to 1 Volksgrenadier squad with the Panzerschreck, especially as 4 riflemen captain. He has plenty of counter harassment potential, but he's sending all units straight down the middle, trying to overwhelm his opponent with superior firepower and numbers, try and take out high priority targets with the AT gun, which he may succeed in doing. Pack howitzer starts bombarding the Volksgrenadiers here in the middle. AT gun fires on that Flak Half-Track, and it has no access to smoke because it is not vet. 1 shot does connect. Flak Half-Track will go down right there. Pack howitzer shot hits big on those Volksgrenadiers. They'll be forced to retreat as well. So this engagement for the center goes quite well for the American player, although he was not monitoring rear echelon troops on the right side. They get wiped by that Stern Pios and Kubelwagen. This Volksgrenadier squad is soft retreating back a little bit into the supporting range of the MG34 plus Kubel. AT gun turns to fire on that Kubel wagon, hits Vet 1. Kubel wagon could definitely go down. Shot misses very narrowly. Kubel wagon is pulling back to safety. Barely. If it activated take aim, I'm pretty sure that AT gun would still have range on that Kubel wagon, even where it's currently placed. Momo moves to salvage his black half-track here. He's fielded himself a fourth Volksgrenadier squad. He just wants to operate on one MG, I guess. Double MG, I think, is pretty solid on Minsk Pocket. It's pretty easy to keep them both alive if you keep them together, supporting each other in the middle. But one MG is fine, too, if you just want to make a ton of infantry. Battle group headquarters up here for Momo as well, keeping his manpower float down with that 500 manpower expenditure with the forward retreat point unlocked. And we're actually going to see a fifth squad of riflemen from Barbarossa as he tries to get back control of the center. A lot of squads have been sent back to base to equip themselves with LMGs. He can only afford 2, I think, 3. Which is not that many, but it'll help definitely against Volksgrenadiers for sure. Yeah, I'll cast any game. I do have the Momo4sho poll set up so that theoretically if a game is so egregiously terrible and if everybody wants to skip it, I will skip it, but I haven't felt a particular need to even check the poll's results because so far all the games I've been submitted today have been pretty good. Pretty good games today. I'm enjoying today's set of casts. I've been pleasantly surprised by almost every single game. All the games that I thought maybe weren't that good were mercifully short. So the games have been either short or entertaining, which is good. Oh, that's true, Sidolio. That is my one rule: no Sittard Sunray. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. But nobody sends me those anyway. Stuka on the field. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That caught me off guard. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god, no. That wasn't that bad. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but the fact that it caused a full retreat is bad, and that pack howitzer is either going to get stolen or salvaged right here. AT gun looks like it's going to get cleared as well. By the way, Stuka is an excellent choice for countering hard captain tier, especially if your map control is extremely good and you think that your opponent's Sherman is going to be late, which clearly it is. American fuel has been pretty bad this game. All of his fuel reserves just got exhausted fielding this major, and the Sherman's not going to arrive for a very long time. Pack howitzer will get stolen. What is that Kubel doing? No, Kubel's gonna die. Why?
We're at 200 points.
What the hell was that? That was weird. Also, I don't actually know how that Kubel wagon was so low health in the first place. I don't know why he would have driven a main gun destroyed Kubel wagon up to the very front line, unless that was either a misclick or he didn't want it anymore, trying to free up pop cap or something. I don't know. I have no idea why he would do that.
Flanking attack. Contact. Small arms fire.
Well, stealing the pack howitzer is fine. Just make sure not to reinforce it after you've stolen it, because the reinforce cost, for whatever reason, is ridiculously expensive. 47 manpower. More than Sturmpio reinforcement. Equal to Fallschirmjäger reinforcement. Oh, wow, that miracle pack howitzer hit. See? That was totally worth stealing. Oh, it took an AT gun shot? Okay. Yes, Kruppstahl. That That AT gun proof Kubelwagen armor. Legendary Kubelwagen performance of the Third Reich that everybody remembers. Just like in the actual war. Volksgrenadiers moving up to take control of the fuel point right here. They do have sandbag cover. LMG riflemen moving up to counter. The Stuka is behaving interestingly, by the way, driving all the way back to the base between volleys, which is a good habit to establish, and I've seen Momo do that every time he's fielded any form of rocket artillery in any game I've ever cast with him. A good habit. Obviously, though, it's not necessary, and it does kind of slow down the time to fire. Something to keep in mind. There's no Sherman on the field, and there's not going to be any time. Barrage will be off target this time. Actually scattered a little more than usual right there. Look at that. US player has adapted to the fact that his Stuka on the field is now going to start dodging that manually. Nice dodge that time. But the stolen pack howitzer is a serious problem for this, oh my god, that wipe! How many kills does this have? 10 kills already! Man. Wow, I feel like this thing is so much better than the infantry support gun. Look at this. Is this just good RNG? I guess it's probably just good RNG, but good lord. Just wreaking havoc on these pushes. 3 squads heading right to get control of this territory, and finally we're going to see some left side harassment by the major of all the units. Pack howitzer forces another retreat, very nearly wipes that squad. Man, I bet Momo is glad he stole this thing. This is making all the difference this game.
Back at full. Jagdpanzer, ready for action.
Stuka's moving up to take another shot, and Momo has gone Jagdpanzer for protection from tanks. Good timing on that Jag, still hitting the field before his opponent's first Sherman, because Momo holds the whole map all game long, including both of these strategic points, which make a pretty significant difference. Pack howitzer shuts down another allied advance on the right side, inflicting huge damage on those 2 squads as they move up. Bring it to Vet 2 with 18 kills. It now has the high explosive Vet 2 barrage, which gives it bigger AoE or something like that. I think it doubles its damage? I don't remember. Somebody could probably tell me what that does. I wish that the anti-tank abilities of the pack howitzer and infantry support gun were actually anti-tank abilities rather than just being called anti-tank abilities, but being generally useless for anything other than just being slightly better at killing infantry. Well, the pack howitzer one was. I have no idea what it does now. And the infantry support gun one has always been terrible. I truly have no idea what they were thinking with hollow charge rounds. That ability is the most nonsensical thing. Barrage coming in on allied player that's already battered. Clears the AT gun, doesn't hit any infantry supporting, fortunately. Actually destroys the AT gun. Full health AT gun completely destroyed. Wow. That just hit the field, I thought. Or wait, maybe I'm mistaken about that. Maybe it was already a little damage. Never mind. That's been on the field for a while. Riflemen trying to take control of the center victory point right here. Fortunately, Riflemen have successfully harassed down the entire right side, so that helps the resource situation slightly. Jagdpanzer is maybe in a little danger. No. We'll get clear of the threat of AT grenades easily enough. Let's see how to counter pack Tiger. Okay. Thanks for your $1 donation. Oh, is that the name of a replay? If so, then I will pass playing that game. Thank you again for your donation, and thanks for your continued support of the stream. Eric, whose name I hope that I am pronouncing correctly all this time. Eastern Pioneers will be forced to retreat from this engagement, and the Jagdpanzer is pulling back to safety away from these riflemen. Squad of Volksgrenadiers moving up the middle tosses a grenade on those squads. Minor damage will be forced to retreat away from LMG fire. The Jagdpanzer is just getting flanked away gradually by bazookas. It's going to have to pull back more fully to safety, and some squads of Volksgrenadiers plus MG34 are making their way to the right side to try and counter this. Two squads making their way down the middle here, and a Jackson has been in production to try and maybe finish off that Jagdpanzer before it gets too powerful. And the Stuka will be available to fire again soon as well. Maybe shut down this push down the middle. And thanks for following IDK Lori something. Grenade toss on the MG. There's the retreat. Pack howitzer firing, misses. We'll get inside the minimum range. Stuka is available to fire. Maybe he's not quite sure where to. I saw it readying up to fire, but then cancel. I think he's not exactly sure where to fire this thing. Here it comes. Firing at a very short range. Riflemen are going to move to try and dodge. Those squads need to move to dodge. That landed so quick. That squad does not quite get clear in time. This one does. Volksgrenadiers falling low. MG34 manages to set up and start suppressing this blob. Grenade toss on the MG will not clear it. They're too spread out. Volksgrenadiers trying to out-reinforce this engagement. These two squads need to move back to assist in this engagement. The Stuka is pulled back to safety, and the Jagdpanzer is fully repaired. Could maybe move up to try and crush suppressed infantry or something. Machine gun is getting cleared repeatedly, and as a result, it can't seem to fire. But it will successfully out-reinforce this push. Armor-piercing rounds will deal heavy damage to that captain, forced to retreat. Captain might even get wiped on retreat by these squads moving up on the flank. No Panzerschreck snipe. Doesn't get away though. And it looks like this entire push by the US player, which was semi-promising, inflicted pretty significant bleed, wasn't worth what it cost. Cost him a full captain squad, a lot of manpower bleed of his own, and no really meaningful harassment of the fuel. Pack howitzer will also be easily recovered here, but it looks like Momo is just going to salvage it. I'm kind of surprised to see him salvage that because he was getting great value out of that thing. I guess he doesn't think that it's worth it's the manpower bleed. Oh no! Oh no! What is he doing? Get back in the Jackson! Okay. Oh no, that Jackson's going to die though. Nice mine. That mine. Very nice shoe mine right there, and with that, Barbarossa will surrender. His map control has been terrible this game. Jackson, trying to make a flanking maneuver, dies on the mine right there. It didn't even have enough vet for repair critical. So there was no way for him to save that. There was nothing he could do. That Jackson was dead as soon as it hit that mine. Momo just shut down everything US player was trying to do this game. I like seeing a Stuka in a 1v1. That's pretty unusual, and I think that against Captain Tier, when you already have that early advantage, that really paid off. I think Barbarossa really needed to work on his map harassment. He needed to keep his units more mobile, more spread out on this map, and work the munitions flanks harder. And I think a light vehicle is very important on this map too. Captain Tier is fine on this map, but I think it's worth it to go Stuart if you're not going to go M20. So, things to think about for the US player. GG. Axis wins.